Hey,
Hey, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I am doing well. Thank you for joining the WAG pod. Cedric is beside me. He's pretty well behaved right now, so that's good.
All right, perfect. Hey, Cedric.
Hey, buddy. Well, yeah, we have Emily Slayton, a mom to Guilty Reese, and also inventor of Dooker. So, you want to start us off a little bit with kind of the social media side of things with Guilty Reese?
Yeah, Reese is our little superstar. She, I'd say, got her claim to fame back in 2020 when TikTok really took off, when everybody was bored during COVID.
Yeah.
We were the same, and so we started taking videos and posting, and one video in particular of Reese just totally took the internet by storm. We had come back from going to small group one night and she'd gotten into the trash. And Reese has always done this silly smile
Yeah.
for us. We never really, I mean, we've always thought it was hilarious, but I guess the internet really thought it was hilarious. And so
Right.
her getting into trouble, doing that smile, we decided to film it. And
Yeah.
then that video just kind of took off. And so then from there, I kind of recognized what people loved and then just kept making videos. She what people think that she only makes that face when she's in trouble, but she actually does it when she's excited. She does it when
And,
like she
and
wants
how
to
would you
eat.
describe the face? I've seen it, but for someone like
Oh gosh, are
listening,
you gonna make me do it?
well, if you want to do it, you can do it.
I mean, it's a true smile. Like, I
Yeah.
mean, it's a dog showing, I mean, she's showing her teeth. Actually, it looks aggressive. And we never worried about it until people started commenting on our videos, being like, that means she's in pain. You've got to take her to a vet. This can mean horrible things. And so then I was like, oh gosh,
You're
so
like, what are you talking
I've
about?
taken her to
Yeah.
two different vets.
Mhm.
And they have assured me they have told me because I guess it can be seizures in dogs.
Gotcha.
Um, and it can also, yes, it can represent pain. And so I've taken her to two vets, and they have assured me that Reese is just a personality trait because it's also a way to express submission.
That's
And we
awesome.
joke that Reese is the ultimate beta dog because she does
Yeah.
not bow up on anybody, but like so many dogs will bow up on her. Like even golden doodles that are like the most tame dogs of all time will be on walks and we'll pass a dog and dogs will just like lunge at Reese. And I'm like, Reese, are you just telling these dogs to attack you? Like, what is going on? But she's just a very submissive dog.
Yeah, she's pretty calm too. You were saying like because your husband brought her, was it duck hunting?
Yeah. That's why we
And
got her, actually,
yeah.
was to be a hunting dog. Yeah. My
And what kind of
husband got
dog
her.
dog is she again before we go into it?
She is a just true American chocolate lab.
Nice.
And yes, no, she was actually, we got her to be a hunting dog. And my in-laws got her sister from the exact same breeder, same litter. So
That's
she
great.
gets to see her full-blooded sister pretty often. They live a state away, but
Mhm.
every time that we're with my in-laws, they get to be together, which is exciting. But yeah, Reese and her sister Rosie went to hunting camp for an entire year
Yeah.
when they were 4 months old until what is that? I guess 16 months old. The plan was not for them to be gone that long. It's just they evaluate them while they're there based off of the amount that they need. And the trainer told us like Rosie, Reese's sister, kind of has that get up and go, has the drive to do it, but they were like, Reese will do it. Reese will listen. She's a good rule follower, but like this just isn't her desire.
It's not her thing.
Exactly. And so
She'd rather
and
be a
she'll do it. My
TikTok
husband's taken
star.
her hunting plenty of times, but no, she would prefer to be laying on a warm bed inside hanging out with humans for sure versus swimming in some ice cold water fetching ducks. So
Yep. Yep. And I mean that makes sense. Sometimes I like to
I
chill
get it.
too. So
Absolutely. I'm with her. I'm
um,
like, I get it, Reese. I'm not a big hunter, so
that's right. So you said she's about 9.5.
she's getting up there.
She's getting out now. She'll live a million more years, it's
So hope and prayer, God willing.
that's right. And so basically, you had 2020, you started the TikTok that kind of started to take off. And
Yes.
then you also got into Instagram a little bit later after that.
Yeah, so like I started posting some stuff on Instagram then, but that was really kind of before Reels were a big thing or
Hmm.
before I really knew about Reels. So most of what Reese did, or what the footage we had of Reese was videos. So then I started her on Instagram because I saw how popular she was getting on TikTok, but I was just posting pictures of her on Instagram. So like that didn't really take off. And so I kind of like stopped posting on Instagram for a while. And then when Reels started picking up on Instagram, everything that I read was like, if it's gone viral on TikTok, most likely it'll go viral on Instagram.
Hmm,
So I was like, well, I guess I'll start posting some of her TikTok videos to Instagram. And sure enough, that was true. There was a lot of the same videos that kind of picked up steam on TikTok did the same thing on Instagram. And so it was when I decided to pursue Dooker that I was like, I need another channel to help get the word out about this. Let me
right.
go ahead and start getting Reese's Instagram ramped up so that I could use that as kind of like a source of marketing for Dooker.
Sure. And wasn't it your account before and you just changed the name? Was that on TikTok or
Yeah, on
Instagram?
TikTok, on
Yeah.
TikTok. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Reese, I made her her own Instagram handle, but TikTok, it was my account. So like if you scroll to Reese's earliest videos on TikTok, it's like it's like my videos. It's got my family and stuff because I had
Right.
one of my dad that went viral as well. And so those are like you can definitely tell that it's very COVID-esque because it's just a bunch
Right.
of just silly COVID challenges and stuff that everyone was doing back in 2020 when we were all
That's
stuck in
great.
home bored.
I can't believe it's been almost 6 years since that. It's
Wild.
time has
Wild.
absolutely flown.
Yeah,
So
somehow I've had three kids in that time frame.
hopefully I don't have any kids now.
Hey, they're
So
a blessing, but your life will change forever,
yeah,
that's for sure.
yeah, I'm sure. I'm locked in. I'm married to Wagworks. That's kind of I'm
Hey,
married
you
to the
gotta be.
game.
Entrepreneurs gotta be, right?
That's right. And so before any of this, you really didn't have any kind of marketing experience at all, and you kind of self-taught how to do this, and the videos just kind of took off.
Yeah, I mean, Reese is the true like secret sauce. I mean, it's if she didn't smile the way she did, then we would not have what we have.
Yeah.
I have no marketing background. I have no social media background. I will say like I've always been interested in like editing videos. Like I've put together after college. So I graduated college in 2015.
Hmm.
Um, Instagram and Snapchat and all that became a thing when I was in college.
Oh,
But it
okay.
wasn't super big. But like, so I would always take videos in college and like I put together this whole compilation of college videos. And so like, but I was doing all that like on my computer, not
Yeah.
on any of these apps. And it's just crazy how like now the world has totally changed. Like this has always been an interest of mine, something that I did for fun, but I've never had any formal training in it. So yeah, I've just had to kind of get to know how to edit things in TikTok and Instagram and CapCut and some of like I've just downloaded some of these apps and just kind of tried to figure it out. But anyone that watches our content can easily realize it's very amateur. It's not overly edited, but that's kind of we just try to keep it as real and genuine as possible. Um, it's very last minute because I mean, some of the times I don't know when she's gonna do it, and I'm trying to find my phone and catch the moment.
Yeah.
Um,
I think
because like
that's what people like though. I think they
yeah,
like the amateur for a while when all those editing things came out and I really hadn't gotten into editing cap. Now I have subscription to like Adobe Premiere and CapCut and
yeah.
all of that and some of those super edited videos could do really well, but now especially with like AI videos coming out, people really seem to like the real thing and they can
Yes, I have been duped by those AI videos so many times. It's crazy
You
how
send it to
realistic they've
someone, they're
been.
like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe!" And it's even better when it's like something that is believable that the person would have said. And so,
Yeah. Yeah, I was like crying last night watching some video of how where the dogs pick the humans. It's like the dogs adopt the humans, and it's just like a room full of people sitting, and like the dog walks up to the human and chooses them, and it's like these sweet emotional videos.
yeah,
And then I realized it was AI, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm over here crying over something fake.
yeah. Well, I mean, I'll say too, like. I use ChatGPT pretty much every day. I mean, I feel like with the whole entrepreneurial thing and same as you, I don't know how much you've used it, but like now you can figure out how to make your business an LLC. You don't necessarily have to go to a lawyer. You don't and like when I Google, I don't even like I'll use Google for sure, but I don't feel like I have to use it now. I can just go straight to ChatGPT or like writing captions on things or like things like that. Like I mean, and
Yeah.
people can tell, but it's just made having a business just it's a lot easier. And there's a lot of like
Absolutely.
self-teaching because before you were, I guess, was ChatGPT wasn't that big in like 2020. It's pretty
No, I
recent.
mean, I just started using it this year.
Yeah, yeah. And
Yeah, no,
yeah,
I
and
didn't know anything about it till really like very recently.
neither did I. I'm really glad, honestly, I like finished college without using it like at all because now like
Oh my
you
gosh,
hear
school would
like
be a breeze. Yeah,
yeah, and you hear like teachers are using ChatGPT to make their lessons, and
yeah,
kids are using ChatGPT to, I don't know, and obviously they have their own systems, but that being said, it is cool to like going back to 2020. You really taught yourself. Like it wasn't a lot of like aid there where you could just type in or take a picture and be like, what's going on this, or how do I fix this?
yeah, yeah. No, the world is changing constantly. I mean, the AI stuff has been a huge help. Like when I was building my website for Dooker, I used chat for helping me put like the little blurbs and descriptions and stuff together.
Definitely. I actually
I mean,
checked out the
for
website right before
captions,
this. It
like you
looks really good.
mentioned.
Yeah,
Um, Yeah, the captions thing. I mean, it's just because a lot of those things take a lot of thought to put the words together in a cohesive manner. And so it's like as long as you just tell them the idea that you're looking for, just the help of making something that's sounds better, it just takes such a load off your plate. And the time, like I would say the time is what I don't have. So like I have a full-time career and then I've got two toddlers plus a newborn. And so finding the time to put into this business that I've started, as well as just Reese's content. I don't have it, and so I'm really thankful for things like chat in that sense because it makes the whole thing so much
so
quicker.
much easier, so much easier. And
Yeah,
so I know I wanted to give a little bit of kind of an intro of Reese and kind of how that started, and then that led you to Dooker.
yeah.
So it was when you were hiking the first
So
kind of idea
running.
came about
So
running.
yeah, so I used to run with Reese a lot. Less now that she's gotten older just because her joints and stuff can't quite handle it. But I used to run with Reese every time that I would run, I'd just bring her with me.
Yeah.
Um, and And I would get so frustrated because I would take her in the backyard and be like, all right, Reese, let's go to the bathroom. Come on, get it out. But never would.
Come
And
on.
then in the first 5 minutes of my run, she would decide she needed to poop.
Yep.
And so then I'd be like,
And you don't know because you're kind of looking at the road ahead and she just stops and you're like, oh,
yeah, oh yeah. And Reese prefers pavement too. So like it wouldn't even be like I
nice.
couldn't even like hide it under a leaf. Like it'd be like smack in the middle of the sidewalk or something.
Yeah, yeah.
And so I hated running with a bag of poop in my hand. I mean, I would find like spots to hide it and then
Sure.
make sure I looped around to grab it on my way back.
Yep.
And so and we live in like a suburban area. We're not in like a city where there's a
Hmm.
trash can, every 100 yards or so.
Sure.
Like and neighbors get mad when you throw poop bags like in their trash cans. And like you just have to hope that it's a trash day that you
Yeah.
can even do that.
I'll be honest, I am guilty of doing that because well, that's why I love walking dogs on, what is it, like Tuesday or Wednesday, because that's a lot of the
The
trash around
trash.
here. And
Hmm.
technically, from what I've heard, and I don't know if this is true or not, but once it's on the street, it's public property. So I'm like,
It's no longer yours. I
yeah,
know. Yeah, if you've got like the trash truck that fully dumps the entire can, I don't think it's as big of a deal. But like I remember in our neighborhood, it was like the guys just pick up the bags out of there. And so
oh,
anything small that wasn't in a trash bag just got left.
oh, I'm
So
sure.
tons of people would get mad when people would just toss their.
Yeah,
But trust me, I was doing the same thing because I was like, well,
yeah,
it's not my problem anymore. Stand up citizens we are. But
that's right.
I just that's how the idea originated. But I remember thinking like there's got to be something out there where I could like tie this to her. And like I've seen the inventions where it's like a hook, up by
Hmm.
you, but then it's still dangling, hitting me in the wrist or the
Sure.
arm and I'm smelling it. And so I remember that's where the idea originated. I never did
Right.
anything about it because I never dreamed that I would go to the
Be an
extent to do
inventor.
anything about it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't think I'd ever get that itch. And then it was last year. I'd say like the problem got worse when I had kids because then I'm pushing a stroller and I've got Reese and so I've got leash in one hand, stroller in the other. I don't have room to hold a a poop bag,
No.
and then I'm
You
throwing
needed
the
an extra
bag.
arm at that point.
Right. Then I'm throwing the bag in the bottom of the stroller, and it's like you've got baby stuff down there, or it's like you're still smell. It's just gross.
Yeah.
And so, or now I've got like one kid on a bike, one in a stroller, Reese. So it's just
Got
the
the whole
last thing I wanted
squad
to
with
deal
you.
with was a poop bag. And
Yeah.
so I actually started looking to see if there was any products out there, and there wasn't. And then I don't know what it was, but like last year I just got this itch that I was like, I want to do this. Like I want to invent something. And so I actually paid to join a program
Hmm.
to learn how to sell on Amazon because I just had this whole idea that I was like, I'm going to sell it on Amazon. I'm never going to touch it. I'm gonna have it in Amazon warehouses and it's gonna take off because Reese has this following and it's gonna be great.
Right.
So I learned how to do everything, learned how to, I mean, set up the bank account, set up the LLC. I mean, as an entrepreneur, all that goes into it. Like it was more than I ever dreamed it would be, but I enjoyed it because I learned so much throughout that
Oh yeah.
process.
Yeah.
Um, and when you're passionate about something, it makes all of the education aspect of it
Well,
a lot
yeah,
more
it makes it
exciting.
fun. Yeah,
Right.
it's like I feel like I'm constantly learning when I'm meeting new people. Like I didn't know about Dooker, but then I saw that account and reached out to you. Like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah. And it was like my family was like, Emily, you're crazy. Like you've got two kids, like a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old. Why are you doing this? But like I had the energy to stay up late at night and like talk to manufacturers in China, because like there's 12-hour time differences. It just again, when you're excited about something, it just makes it a lot easier, I
oh
think,
yeah.
because you make time for it.
Oh,
I think
absolutely. I understand. Yeah, I mean, back last year when I was starting Wagworks, like I was at some days during the week, I would be going to bed at 7 p.m. and waking up at 3 a.m. Like that was my new schedule. So I could just start working on it. And I was,
yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, that's how it goes. So before we get more into the like manufacturing and all that kind of stuff and what's
hmm
been, do you want to describe what exactly Duker is?
Yes, yeah, I should probably do that for everybody that doesn't know what it is, because it didn't take off as like much as I assumed it would. And any opportunity I can talk about it, I would love to. Hence why I'm here today. So thank you for giving me this
Yeah,
opportunity and this
absolutely.
platform.
I love
So
anyone in the dog industry, or pet,
yeah,
I should say. Yeah, pet.
yeah.
But
So what the Dooker is it's a dog bandana. It's a bandana that is on a collar that you
Mhm,
just clip it on like you would a collar when you're about to go on a walk. And the bandana is actually a zipper pouch
mhm.
that is fully lined. It's water resistant. It's the same material as like a Lululemon belt bag. It's got a thick zipper. And the point is once your dog poops and you bag it, you tie that bag, you then put the poop bag into the dog's bandana, and so therefore the dog has to carry their own crap. It can
Yeah.
be
What
used
was it on
for.
your website? I was looking at your website before. It looks awesome, but what was your like quote, dog
It
quote?
says because dogs should carry their own crap. Um, and so it's very much a crude, humorous product. And like that was my whole purpose. I'm leaning into the poop aspect of things because attention is currency. I've pretty much lived by that motto.
Yeah.
And so I've really leaned into like the humor of it. Like when I send it to influencers, I'm like, everyone loves the smell of their own brand. Like I really make all these like poop jokes and it's very cheesy and corny, but I'm just trying to kind of like get as much attention as I
Oh,
can to
sure.
it. But the bandana can be used for so much more than just poop. Like I've used it like when I go on hikes, I put my keys in it because like I have to drive to the mountain and I hate having to hold my keys. And so I can put my keys in it or like my AirPods case, or if you're gonna walk your dog to like a coffee shop that's close, then you can throw your wallet in there. Like if you're not looking to carry a purse or something like that. There's tons of uses for it.
Definitely.
And
But
I mean
I
I've seen
think
people put treats in it.
yeah, I mean I think going the poop route first, the Duker, it gets people's attention, right? And then when
Exactly.
you find out more, and I was when we had first talked, I was thinking it through because and as we'll get into it a little bit later, obviously there are going to be a lot of people who are like dogs shouldn't carry their own poop and be pretty intense
Oh
about
yeah.
it as
Oh
as we'll
yeah.
discuss, but.
Yeah.
I was just thinking like the hiking thing is such a great example, right? Like if you're hiking for 2 hours, and there's probably not gonna, you know, maybe they are trash cans, I don't know, but probably not. Like that's a great place. Just store it there until you see your next trash can, right?
Right.
Or like you said, like keys. Like let's say I want to go on a run with my dog
Hmm.
and I need somewhere to put my keys, or I need somewhere to store something that I might need later.
Hmm.
And again, the running, and I don't know if did you use that like belt that people run with, you know, with their
Or
dog?
like for a hands-free leash.
Yeah,
No, I actually never had a hands-free leash. I was always fine. Reese is really a very good runner to where it's like
right.
she never pulls, she stays right
Oh,
behind me.
nice.
And so I always just had like the handheld one. I thought
Yeah.
about getting it, I just never did.
Well, I mean, even better, like that, like, you know, if you had the thing like that around your waist, like you have two free hands, but like if you're just holding your dog, you only have one free hand and you're on it and it's just flapping all over the place and hitting you in the
Yeah.
head. It's kind of like, you know, and so anyways, yeah, I enjoyed kind of hearing about the product as well, just because it kind of sparks some, you know, ideas of how people would use it in my mind, you know, so.
Hmm.
And anyways, we can get back to kind of the manufacturing of, I know you started working with a Chinese company for that.
Yeah, which I mean, I think the whole world is now aware of tariffs and whatnot that actually impact buying anything from China. And I would love to have these made anywhere else. But when it comes to the cost of everything, like I looked into having it made here in America and like spoke with some folks and connected with a guy who manufactures and has a lot of connections with the manufacturing here in America. And he said, you're going to be better off still buying it from China, even with the tariffs.
That's wild.
Right, because just because of the type of product that it is, it's a simple product, but
But it's high
he was just
quality.
like,
It has that Lululemon kind of,
right, it's high quality, and
yeah,
then there's these gussets on the side, which is kind of like a one of my last minute additions that I think makes the product perform so much better. It just allows the bandana to have a bit more room. It'll still lay flat when it's empty, so it doesn't look. The whole purpose was like I don't want it to look like the dog is wearing a bag. Like
right.
so many people I talk to are like, well, why don't you make it like a fanny pack? And I'm like, because I don't want the dog to look like they're wearing a fanny pack around their neck. Like that,
Right.
I want it to look like just a bandana. And
Exactly.
so I wanted to make sure it laid flat, but then it still needed to be able to open up so that you're not having to squish a bag of poop in. Because
Right.
the whole point of this is like we're grossed out by a bag of poop in our hand, right? So the last thing you want to do is have to like shove it into something.
Right. And you were doing a
Um,
lot of back and forth with them for a while before doing the is it gussets? Is that what they are?
Yes, gusset is what it's called.
Yeah.
And so yeah, basically I had to like make it out of construction paper to even explain to my
Yeah.
manufacturer how they were going to sew it. But it's basically like two triangles of fabric on either side that I made with kind of the same material that like a female bathing suit would be made of.
Mhm.
So it's like stretchy, but it's also like thin and durable, so it will like lay flat.
Yeah. That was a great
And
idea.
yeah, but it took tons of samples to get to that point. I mean, I toyed around with all different kinds of closing mechanisms like
Hmm.
magnets and just ultimately when I thought about just the durability of it because I was worried for a little bit like if it say the zipper caught the bag and ripped the bag, then you have a mess. So I wanted to make sure it was machine washable or like easily hosed off. But when I was messing around with like Velcro and the magnets, like those just didn't hold as well. And thinking of dogs, like I wanted the dog to be able to like run and roll and play and like had received videos of dogs on the beach, in and out of the ocean wearing theirs. I've even got one girl she has sled dogs and would put it on her sled dogs which I was really thinking I was like can dogs not like just poop in the snow on these routes and she said no actually
Yeah,
you're supposed to stop and clean it up and so I just wanted it to be durable and to me the thick zipper was the most durable option.
definitely. I mean, I think that makes sense too, because Velcro, it wears and tears pretty easily,
Mhm.
right? Like you have something that's
Just over
durable,
time.
like a zipper.
Yeah, over time that Velcro would wear out, And the thing is like I just wanted this to be quality. I didn't want it just to be some cheap whatever that I don't know. I mean, I
Off of
just
Temu or whatever it is,
yeah,
right? Yeah,
yeah. I wanted it to be worth the purchase. And so yeah, and the magnet just ultimately I just didn't think that it would be strong enough.
sure.
But I was
And
sending pictures of like my kids' toys and stuff to explain what I was wanting. I mean, It's really hilarious to look back at some of those conversations because I mean you have a language barrier, but then you also just trying to explain something that's in your head. It was lots of drawings, lots of construction paper, and again, lots of just late nights and early morning conversations.
Definitely.
Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, I started out with two manufacturers and narrowed it down to one, and then we just did sample after sample until we got it right. A lot of it was sizing, trying to get the sizing right. Um, but yeah, it was a whole process. And then finally got my first bulk order in November. And
Nice.
I've only got two
November
sizes.
of this year.
November of 2024.
Okay, okay, last year.
Yeah, last year. And did two sizes, large and then what I call the small medium,
Hmm.
because this product is really not good for true small dogs. Like the dogs need to have their legs need to be at least 6 inches long because our size small bandana is 6 inches in length. And so you don't want
Right.
it to be dragging the ground. But like my point behind that is everyone's like, oh, you need to come up with like a little backpack for a small dog. But I'm like, listen, small dogs, you're not walking that far,
Yep.
right? Like it's maybe a 10-minute walk because they've got little legs, they get tired. It's not that big of a deal to just carry the poop for a small
Yeah.
dog. Also, their poops are so tiny. So it's really more for your kind of medium to large dogs that are going on longer walks more often, that might go on hikes, that might go on runs. Like you're not running with like a little wiener dog or a bulldog, you know?
I will say, my nephew Harley is a small wiener dog, and he loves to run. But it would,
Really?
oh well, that only because like I don't know, my brother-in-law John Boone. It was funny. I was doing like a 10K last year. I'm definitely not in that shape right now, but
Yeah.
I was finishing up, and it was by their house in Ardmore, place in Winston-Salem, and John and Harley joined me for like the last little bit. So I
Really?
mean, a lot of
That's
the
impressive.
it was awesome.
Her
But
little legs could keep up. That's
yeah,
hilarious.
he's the man. But also like the main thing is the 6 inches, right? Like that would drag
Yeah,
on the ground. Like there's no way.
exactly. Yeah,
But you never
exactly.
he's put I'll say this, he may have put on a little weight recently, so I don't know if he can do it anymore.
Well, I'm
But
impressed
yeah,
regardless. But yes, no, the product is really best for like your medium to large
sure,
dogs.
sure.
And I
And
indicate that on our sizing. I kind of put weight and everything on there so that people can kind of gauge what would be best for their dogs. Um,
definitely. And who is your, we talked a little bit about this. Who is your ideal market? Who are you looking to buy this product? Because as we mentioned, a
yeah.
lot of people, I feel like the people whose pets are their kids are probably not gonna like, they might not like,
Yeah. No,
you
that's
know.
something that I learned after I started posting about it. So I guess if I have anything to say to my haters, here's what I want to say. I want to say first off, thank you, because if I've got haters, clearly I've got something worth talking about, right?
Sure,
So they're passionate enough to comment. And so I want to say thank you because all engagement is good engagement. All these comments are just pushing the algorithm out to more and more people. So I
sure.
appreciate it. But I guess also to these folks that are so offended by it, when you are attacking Dooker, like I feel like people think that they're like really making this big statement to some big corporate company. And I'm like, no, you're literally just attacking a mom of three kids that is selling these things out of her garage, like
Right.
just in her spare time. So, and maybe that's what they want to do, but I'm like, I just feel like people think they're making this big stand. And I'm like, no, you're really just attacking me. And honestly, I'm just thankful for the engagement. But
Sure.
no, I've learned that our key customer is not necessarily the people that that genuinely view their dog as higher than thou. I don't know. It's more so where I've seen the most is um, just because the people I'm referencing is anyone that would be just extremely offended to put their dog's poop around their neck.
Sure.
And okay, I'm guilty of this too. We all view our dogs as humans, and I think that we kind of like assume our dogs have the same preferences that we do. Um, like thinking that dogs would be grossed out by poop. And I just feel like I've got to remind people, hey guys, dogs sniff each other's butts, okay? They roll
Yeah.
around in dead animals and like some dogs eat poop. Like dogs are not bothered by poop like we are,
Yeah,
right?
and I think also your product, you're not just tying the poop around its collar so it just dangles next to it while you walk. No, it's in a
No.
nice, well put together, good looking product.
Yes, exactly. And like everyone's like, well, is it smell proof? And I'm no, I'm not gonna sit here and lie and say it's smell proof. It's definitely it is zipped up and it's the whole thing is lined and it's a thick water resistant fabric. So it is the smell is muffled, but it is not smell proof, especially for a dog who's got a great nose. That's the other thing. It's like everyone's like, this is totally messing with the dog being able to smell other things on the walk. And every dog that we've put this on, including Reese, has not seemed to be bothered by it.
Yeah, they don't
They're
really
still
care.
Reese is still sniffing every other thing around her, like totally content and fine with it. So, anyways, back to kind of the target customer of who the people that I've realized have liked the product the most is typically people with kids that have kind of realized okay, I love my dog to death, but my dog is a dog and like I don't want to carry poop, you know? There's people that just don't mind carrying the poop, and that's fine. Like this product is not going to be for everybody. Like I'm
Sure.
not forcing anybody to buy this. But there's people out there that felt the same way that I felt of I don't want to carry my dog's poop, and if there was a way that I could fix that, I'd buy it. And so I've seen it a lot with kind of like mom influencers and stuff on Instagram. Like a lot of people that have dogs love their dogs, but like again are not willing or offended to put their dog's poop
Right.
around their neck. And so anyways, there's if you go to like our Instagram, you'll see just some of the comments. I mean, I can't help but laugh at some of them,
Yeah.
but some people are just extremely offended by it. And I'm just like, hey,
It is
clearly
it is what it is, right?
I've got something so polarizing and controversial that these people are just thrilled
Right.
to
Well, when there's
comment
the
on.
South, there's bound to be a North too, right? Like it's
Mhm.
um
But
also
that's why I think it's
oh, go ahead.
perfect for like I wish Shark Tank would pick me up because I'm like it's perfect for TV because I'm like
Yeah,
my product is so polarizing that like it's gonna get people talking, you
right.
know?
And that's
So
yeah, and that's how you start to kind of make sales. I wanted to talk a little bit about the logo tournament. I thought that was a very cool
yeah.
thing that you had mentioned.
Yes. So anyone that's not familiar with logotournament.com, it is one of the coolest things. Somebody told me about this when I was trying to come up with one and so I did it and it was probably the best thing that I've done
Cool.
pretty much
That's
you
really
just type
cool.
yeah, you just it's basically like I guess like probably a bunch of graphic design students, a lot of freelance graphic designers. You pretty much you type in your company name and then like a description of your company, kind of like your company motto, and it's a I think it's a week long or so tournament where people can just start sending in designs and like the first couple rounds everyone can see each other's designs and you go through after a couple days and pick out ones you like so then everyone can see, oh, okay, she likes these, and they can start then reiterating, sending in more designs that they think that I might like. And you can I can make comments and stuff like, hey, I like this about this one, or I like this. And so you just each day you kind of narrow it down. And then towards the end, like you get down to like the last three. And then it becomes like all private and they're just honing in on those their design. And then ultimately, and you get to set the prize. Like at the beginning, I think I did like 150 or $200. And so that's how you like entice people to join your tournament. And so then by the end, you pick the winner and they send you the files for it. They get the prize and everyone wins.
That's sick. Yeah, and you have a really good look. I mean, the name's good too, Dooker, right? It's
Yeah.
obviously, yeah, I'm a 24-year-old boy, but I still think like poop and farts are just objectively hilarious. So like
Yeah.
anything with that, or I
No,
mean, just
truly.
universally, it doesn't matter where you go. If someone farts, it's like awesome. That was great.
Well, that was the whole point is like again, just attention is currency. I was
Mhm.
like, I'm gonna just fully lean into the crudeness and the humor of the poop aspect of this. Again, truly just to get attention.
Yeah.
And so I actually was not gonna choose the logo that I ended up with until I sent it to my family and I was like, everyone make your votes. And my mom was the one that was like, you've got to do the pooping dog. Like,
Yep.
why would you not do the pooping dog? Like this whole thing is about dog poop. And I was like, honestly, you're right.
Exactly.
Like I want to catch people's attention. So now like I have hats and everything. And I'm like,
Yeah.
my husband was like, I'm not wearing a hat with a dog taking a crap on it. And I was like, but that's the point. You want people to ask you and be like, why on earth
Right.
do you have a
And you're
dog
like,
pooping in your hat?
also, like, you're gonna wear the hat.
I know exactly. But no, I'm like, I want people to ask. Like
Yeah.
I wanted it to be something that's so outlandish that people are gonna be like, okay, so why do you have a pooping dog on your
And
shirt
it's
or a
such a
pooping dog on your hat.
signature way that it looks too. Like when it was funny, like when Cedric poops, he'll like put his like front paws in the front and then step ahead with the back, and it's just hilarious every
Yeah,
time. And he's
they
happy.
all
So
they all have that stance.
yeah.
So
So
it's been
going
fun.
on that, you're talking about kind of attention being currency, and we
Hmm.
have about 5 minutes left or so. How have you kind of dealt with some of the negative comments that have come along?
Yeah.
And how does that affect, you wanting to continue to pursue this? And you also like with being an entrepreneur and you're working on something like a little bit of a side note, but like if I stopped Wagworks today and it wouldn't like yeah, I'd have some clients, but it wouldn't really, or if I stopped the Wagpod, it wouldn't really make that much of a difference. Same with, a lot of these companies that are starting up, it can be like, well, maybe I should just not. So how do you kind of navigate that?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it, I'd say first off, with Reese going viral, there was all kinds of crazy comments on Reese's videos too about me, about my husband. And so we learned to have thick skin when it came to social media. I've learned that there's, first off, there's a lot of just AI bots that like are just, I don't know if they're just trying to get viral comments or what, but I'm like, I'm strong in my faith, and so I'm just like, you know what? These people are not I'm not worried about these people. They don't know me.
Right.
Like my purpose is to glorify the Lord ultimately. And the people, my friends and family are the only ones I care about their comments. And then so a lot of it is just like having thick skin and then just being a little bit delusional and just continuing to believe that I have a good idea, and just trusting that one day I can get it off the ground and that it could be something. But most recently, I mean, like, yeah, it didn't take off like as quickly as I thought it would. I still have a ton of inventory that I need to sell, so I'm going to continue to do that until I can get through this inventory. But like most recently, like I said, I put out that like yesterday through Christmas, 50% of my sales is going to go towards the Williams Syndrome Association. The baby that I most recently had, my son Baker, was diagnosed with Williams syndrome at 3 weeks old. And so now that
Oh,
is something that's very near and dear to our hearts.
sure.
And so I'm not I'm not making money off of Dooker at this point. It will
Sure.
be a long time before I actually make money off Dooker. And so I'm like, you know what? I might as well put the money towards something that's going to start making a difference sooner. And so
That's
that's kind of
great.
one way that I've started kind of justifying the time I'm putting into it is like, you know what, at least
Sure.
I'm making a difference and giving money to something that now is really near and dear to our hearts.
Yeah, that's amazing. And and it's having the thick skin is tough. It's definitely a hard part of doing the whole social media thing, right? Like if I could, I'd retire tomorrow and just kind of disappear somewhere, and just
Yeah.
but and you get negative comments and you always kind of worry about what people think. But I mean, again, I think that you going into this and enjoying the idea, you're having fun with it, you're building something, you invented something while also being a parent, it's something to be really proud of. And I just you keep pushing. And I mean, I think, you never know with the algorithm. You never know. And you've already had clients. You've already had an influencer who really liked it and kind of put it out. You got a bunch of sales, and I think it's really cool. I think,
Thank you.
and I enjoy talking again to anyone in the pet industry because everyone is living their own life and everyone's doing their own thing and just trying their best. And so
Yeah.
why not like learn something new? You know?
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, no, I mean it's as a fellow entrepreneur, it's a lot of work to get to this point, just to get to the point of selling something. And so I'm proud of what it's taken me to get here. And
Definitely.
I'm not gonna let these trolls get me down.
That's fantastic. Well, we just have about a minute left, so if you want to kind of plug where someone can order a Duker or some of your social media real quick.
Yeah. So you can find Reese on TikTok and Instagram at Guilty Reese. And then Dooker is at Dooker.co. Our website is www.dooker.co. And Dooker is just Dooker. And we do have a Facebook page that I've kind of slowly started,
Yeah,
and like a LinkedIn slowly started, but I'd say mostly you're gonna find us on Instagram at this
awesome.
point.
Awesome. Well, Emily, it was an absolute pleasure and looking forward to following along.
Absolutely. Thanks so much, Ryan.